Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's going on? So, I was online and I ran to this podcast called the John Delaney Show, and the question was, my spouse is not willing to meet my sexual needs. So, of course, the question is, what do a person do in that situation? Now, I think John Delaney was being nice because he's a therapist. But I want to get the real truth. Look at this. First of all, I think you should talk about your sexual desires and needs before you get married. Reality. Also, the challenge is that people change over time. You know, what they wanted to do when they first got married may not be what they want to do 17 years later. And this couple was married for about 17 years. That's a long time. And so, the man, the husband, the man and wife, they both sat down and talked to each other about, the sexual needs. And this was a man calling into the show. Look at this. If a man is willing to call into a show about his sexual needs not being met, that's a 911 alert. That is a break the glass, because it is an emergency. Men are not that vocal about their sexual needs and desires. So for a person to call on a show, knowing that their call will be publicized to the rest of the world, is very, 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 very telling that this is a serious issue. But again, I think this is a serious issue in a lot of relationships, especially when it comes to men. Because one, a lot of people don't think men have emotions or feelings and desires and wants. They do. So this man was saying that his wife was not willing, and willing, I say willing is a because I say willing because she knew about his desires, what he wanted to do, what he wanted to try, what he wanted to experience, and she was not willing to meet him. Now, me personally, I believe that if you marry somebody and you ask them to be committed to you and you alone, I think, again, that you should be willing to do all you can do to make sure that they are fulfilled. And they should be willing to do the same thing for you. And why do I say that? I say that because, that person has no other choice other than you. Now, again, there should be boundaries. You talk about no boundaries. But if those boundaries, what the person wants is inside those boundaries, you should at least try it out. At least try it out. Or do it because you say, well, I don't like it. Well, it's not about you, it's about them. It's about serving them. Just like, when it comes to the woman, everybody say, well, we want a man that's going to serve us. At the same time, a man want a woman that eventually going to serve them. I'll be truthful about it. I'll be honest, tell you the truth. And again, what are the consequences of that person's sexual needs not being fulfilled? Well, I'll be honest with you. People are human. I don't think people, some people don't aim to go and cheat. But if a person's emotions, desires, vision is not being met, and it can be met, that person may run into somebody, not on purpose, but by accident, that would say, hey, I'll meet your needs. And guess what's going to happen? More times than not, that person could have an affair. But again, they're human. Again, people are human beings. And people and a lot of people may get mad at me for saying this, but let me tell you something. People are human beings. When my wife and I first got married, she said this. She said, Joshua, I want to always be able to get my hair done. And for the past 17 years, when we were struggling, I used to write checks just to make sure she was able to get her hair done when she wanted to get done. That meant something to her. That meant something to her. And of course, again, basic human beings, that when a person is not getting what they want, and someone else pops up and give it to them, guess what? They'll be tempted. So now, so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for those who are not married. Look, if you are not willing to do all you can within boundaries to fulfill the other person, don't get married. Stay single. Stay single. Stay single. If you're not willing to work to change and transform for that person you're with, stay single. Because you want to frustrate somebody. Now again, me personally, what would I do? I'll be like, hey, I'm human. I'm human. You know, again, I think again, you know, I'm just saying, man, we got relationships are being, people are, this is why, and look, this is why people don't, this is why a lot of men particularly don't want to get married. This is why a lot of men don't want to get married, because look at this. Society is all about the men breaking their necks to make sure they provide. A man is working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, just because society says that if a man don't provide, he's not a good man, and that man is doing it, even though it's probably killing him. But then he come home and say, I like this, and get ignored. And again, I when it comes to relationships, I think the effort should be both ways. You know, I think you should try the best to make sure the person you're with have the best relationship experience possible. If to my marriage, if you want them to only be committed to you, that's what I believe, and that's why I do my best. I work my behind off. I'm thinking all the time, how can I be a better husband? What can I do to, you know, what can I? If my wife says she wants something, I think about it, and I practice to do it, even though I may not want to do it. I practice to do it because I've learned this, that it's not about if you feel like doing it or not. If you do it, the person is going to enjoy it. Of course, you want to put some enthusiasm into it, of course. But you know, you don't have to be all emotional about it. Just do it, like Nike. Just do it. So, man, you know, I just, you know, this, and again, this is why men don't want to get married. Because I'm sure the men are like this. Men are like, okay, if I do this, will you do this for me? We're very practical. Okay, I'll go do this. But and that woman, she just making a lot of excuses of why she's not willing to do what the man likes, and the man's not asking to do anything crazy. You know, I could understand if the man was asking to do something very crazy, off the wall, but he's not, and I'm sad for him. You know. Now again, if you want to know what I do, then call me. I'm not. I wouldn't tell you what I'm gonna do, what I would do online, because I don't need anybody in my business. But if you really want to know what I would do, and don't worry about it. My wife already knows. Already knows. I believe the era of people just doing things when it comes to marriage, that people just doing things, like again, you just can't, in today's world, you just can't be married and just treat somebody anyway and think they're gonna stay there. They won't. Not in 2026. Those days are over. Yo, I'm telling you, women are more independent. Women are more resourceful, independent. Women will drop like a bad habit. Men will too. So, I say, dang, you know, if you really love this person, and a person loves you, and they treat you well, and you can negotiate something, negotiate it. So, those are my thoughts. Like again, I'm a little different. You know, I don't play a lot of games. I don't have time for it. And my wife and I, we communicate about things that we would want. You know, and I'm the type of person, again, for my wife, I will move heaven and earth, or at least I would try to make sure she's happy. So, talk to you soon.